everybody. Welcome to Masterminded Does Aintree, a fun part of the Randox Grand National Festival. I am delighted to say I have 4 top contestants on Masterminded Does Aintree. First up, a man who won this race famously 40 years ago. One of the great sporting stories of all time. On Alden ET, Bob Champion is here with us. Also a contestant tonight is Katie Walsh, who finished 3rd in the great race a few years ago. Plus, we have a special guest representing Alder Hey, Kath Harding. And the long relationship Aintree has with this amazing local charity is one of the special things about Aintree and Grand National Week. But first up is a man who won the Grand National 25 years ago on Rough Quest. Our first contestant is Mick Fitzgerald. Your name?
Mick Fitzgerald.
Your occupation?
General Dog's Body.
And your specialist subject tonight?
Is the Cheltenham Festival.
Mick Fitzgerald, you have 90 seconds to answer as many questions on the Cheltenham Festival as you can. And your race starts now. In 2001, the Gold Cup was abandoned due to foot and mouth. The replacement race was held at Sandown and won by a town in Wiltshire. Who was the horse?
Marlborough.
That's correct. There were 2 British trained winners on day 1 of the festival this year. One was Shishkin. Who was the other?
Vintage Clouds.
Correct. Trained by Nicky Henderson, which horse won 3 champion hurdles between 1985 and 1987?
See You Then.
Correct. Who was second to Monkfish in the Brown Advisory?
Daylight.
Fiddler on the Roof. In 1999, who won the Gold Cup on Seymour? You won the Gold Cup on Seymour Business, but who rode him in his last race in 2003?
Andrew Thornton.
Joe Tizard. Which sportsman did Sir Anthony McCoy quote this year when talking about Rachel Blackmore and the brilliance of simplicity?
Johan Cruyff.
Correct. Who won the Boodles?
Noel Meade.
Jeff Kidder. I'll give you Noel Meade. JP McManus won 67 races at the Cheltenham Festival before last year. Who was his first?
Mr. Donovan.
Correct. You retired in 2007. What was your ride in the champion hurdle that year?
Afsoon.
Correct. Mick, we're crossing the Melling Road, so we will jump the last. The name comes from a steam train, and this horse won a huge bonus at this year's festival. Who is he?
The Shunter.
Is correct. Mick Fitzgerald, you scored 8 with no passes. Well done. And the next runner, please. So our next contestant, your name, please.
Kath Harding.
And your occupation?
Head of Community Fundraising at Alder Hey Children's Charity.
Which is an incredibly important job. How challenging has that been, Kath, over the last 12 months?
Very, but not as challenging as some, obviously. The staff and the hospital staff within the hospital have had, obviously, a really difficult job over the last 12 months. As fundraisers, we've obviously been trying our best to raise money, but with events cancelled and everything else, it has been a tough year. But we've been blown away with the generosity of our supporters. Over the last 12 months, they've done some amazing things and raised some amazing money for what is a fantastic hospital.
Oh, it's an unbelievable hospital. The guys I work with, we'll talk about it a bit later, are absolutely passionate about it. They won't be able to have their visit on the Friday normally, isn't it? Which they'll be very upset about.
No, we're it's one of our favourite days of the year. Every year, the jockey visit, when Mick and AP, the jockeys, come in. John Hales brings Neptune Collonge in, the horse, to see the children, and it's just the best day. We've missed them for the last 2 years now, as it'll be, but we can't wait to get them back in to put a smile on the children's faces. No,
they can't wait as well. In the meantime, Kath, we'll just give Alder Hey lots of mentions on the telly.
Fabulous.
during Grand National Week.
Great. Yeah, love it.
So more important right now, what is your specialist subject tonight going to be?
Because obviously the Grand National is in Liverpool, I am going to go with Liverpool Football Club, which is the team I follow from the 80s to today. I have no idea where I've gone for that. But
Good luck, Kath. So Liverpool Football Club, 1980s to date. You've got 90 seconds. You can pass as often as you like.
Okay.
And your race starts now. What is the name of the bird on Liverpool's badge?
The Liver Bird.
Correct. Liverpool Stadium, Anfield, used to belong to Everton. True or false?
True.
Correct. When Jurgen Klopp was unveiled as Liverpool manager in 2015, what did he describe himself as? Completely normal, a bloke who likes a quiet pint in a bar, or a football-obsessed freak?
The normal one.
That's correct. Who is the club's highest goal scorer with 346 goals?
Ian Rush.
Correct. What country is Mohamed Salah from?
Egypt.
Correct. In 2001, Liverpool goalkeeper Michael Stensgaard had to retire. For what reason?
Oh, did he break his arm?
I'm going to give that to you. He did his shoulder while setting up an ironing board. Which Liverpool player held the record for the fastest Premier League hat-trick for 21 years, scoring 3 goals in 4.5 minutes?
Robbie Fowler.
Correct. Liverpool strip used to be purple and yellow. True or false?
False.
Correct. Since 1992, Liverpool have had countless players walk in and out of the club. But how many have amassed over 200 games at the top flight in that time? 10, 15 or 20?
15.
Is correct. Who has scored the most penalties for Liverpool?
Steven Gerrard.
Is correct. Against which country have Liverpool won the most games in European competition? Italy, Germany or Spain?
Italy.
It was Germany.
Oh.
Kath, you have scored 10 points.
Woo.
Very good. Very good. And the next runner, please. Your name, please.
Bob Champion.
Your occupation?
Charity fundraiser for the Bob Champion Cancer Trust.
And how much money have you raised so far, Bob?
Over £15 million.
Wow. And you're about to try and raise some more, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to basically walk from Aintree back to Findon where Aldenity was trained. I'm going to stop off at about 40 different places, a lot of racing yards, bits and bobs, hopefully people will come along and join us. We can only have 5 people at a time because of this COVID, but come along, get yourself sponsored.
Fantastic. What a brilliant idea. And we wish you the very best of luck with that. Now, what is your specialist subject?
I suppose 1981 onwards.
We'll reminisce a bit as well, Bob. I'm pleased you didn't say naked ice skating. That's a good start for this evening.
Yes, good God. Good God, definitely.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excellent. Your race begins now, Bob. What jockey turned famous sculptor rode in your famous 1981 Grand National?
Philip Blacker, great man.
Correct. One of Britain's most famous major charity events was first run in 1981. What was it?
London Marathon. I went there.
Is correct. Which famous TV presenter used to notoriously flirt with Jenny Pittman on Grand National Day every year?
Oh, Des Lyman.
Is correct. I'd never do that. What marine bird ridden by John Franken won the champion hurdle the second time the same year you won the Grand National?
Oh, it was the greatest ride I've ever seen. Sea pigeon.
Is correct. What was the momentous event that was to change the course of history, took place at St. Paul's Cathedral in July 1981?
Oh, it must have been a royal wedding, was it? Charles and Di?
We'll give you that, absolutely. Prince Charles and Lady Diana. Shergar won the Derby in 1981, but was later stolen from stud. What year, the same as the Bob Champion Cancer Trust being established, did he disappear?
1983.
I'm glad you knew that, Bob. Correct. Which British flat jockey won the 1,000 guineas in 1981 on Fairy Footsteps, trained by Sir Henry Cecil?
Oh, the greatest of them all, Lester Piggott.
Correct. You and Aldenity won Team of the Year at the BBC Sports Personality Awards in 1981. What cricketer won the individual award that year?
Both of them. Ian
Is
Boat.
correct. What was the best-selling single in... We're crossing the Melling Road, so we will jump the last. What was the best-selling single in 1981? Don't You Want Me by the Human League, Tainted Love by Soft Cell, or Stand and Deliver by Adam and the Ants?
Don't You Want Me, because I didn't like the other two, so we'll go for that.
Is the correct answer. Bob, you had no passes and you scored 9 points. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And the next runner, please. Your name, please.
Katie Walsh.
Your occupation.
Assistant trainer.
Television star.
Breeze up consigner. Pundit.
And what is your specialist subject going to be, and how difficult a choice was this?
Ed, this was a really difficult choice. My specialist subject today is going to be Ireland, and I'm not very specialist in this subject, so this is going to be very interesting.
And would it be fair to say, with your specialist subject, you've opened yourself up to potential ridicule from friends and family?
It's absolute abuse, I would say. Absolute abuse.
In which case, Katie, and we'll talk about the Grand National a little bit later, I wish you the very best of luck on your specialist subject, Ireland. You can pass, but you can get as many as you can right in 90 seconds. And your race starts, deep breath, now. At this year's Cheltenham Festival, how many winners did Ireland have in total?
23.
Great start, correct. On the 20th of March, Ireland beat England in the Six Nations. How many points did Ireland score? Early 30s.
32.
Is correct. What date is St. Patrick's Day?
17th March.
Correct. On St. Patrick's Day this year, what trainer and jockey combination with Put the Kettle On won the Queen Mother Champion Chase?
Aidan Coleman, Henry de Bromhead. Boom.
Correct. Katie, you're flying. Who was the Northern Irish footballer who spent most of his career at Manchester United in the 60s and 70s and once said, I spent a lot of money on booze, birds and fast cars. The rest I just squandered?
George Best.
Is correct. Where are you flying to when you fly to the George Best Airport?
Liverpool.
Belfast. Ruby Walsh, heard of him, was the Irish champion jockey 12 times. What was the name of his first winner at Gowran Park in 1995?
Siren Song.
Is correct. Which Irish actor was the fifth actor to play James Bond?
Pierce Brosnan.
Is correct. Where do leprechauns hide their pot of gold?
In my back garden.
Which currently is at the end of the rainbow. Arca was born in Ireland, but named after a mountain in which country?
Wales.
Close, Scotland. Cillian Murphy is from County Cork in Ireland. We're crossing the Melling Road, Katie, so we're going to jump the last. Cillian Murphy, who Francesca Comani loves, by the way, is from County Cork in Ireland, but is best known for his Birmingham accent in which British TV drama?
Peaky Blinders.
Is correct. You've done extremely well. No passes, and you scored 8 points. You'll take that.
Brilliant. I'm absolutely delighted. I'm actually very... I
Your
really
family will be so
This is a
proud.
big moment.
So we've completed one circuit, one still to go. The scores at halfway are as follows. Mick has 8. Katie also has 8. Bob has 9. But the leader is Kath, who has 10 points. Let's begin the general knowledge round with Mick. Mick, you have 90 seconds to answer as many questions about Randox Grand National general knowledge. And your race starts now. After winning on Rough Quest, you told Des Lynam, after that, even what is anticlimax?
Sex.
That's correct. You won. Encore Empor was second. Who finished third?
Richard Dunwoody.
I need the horse's name. Can't pass.
I can't remember.
You've passed on that one. Which former winner was the only faller in the race that year? Very big.
Party politics.
Correct. On the 11th of March 2021, Randox, the race sponsors, reached a milestone of how many tests were in the UK National Testing Programme? 1 million, 5 million, 11 million.
11 million.
Correct. Which Scottish landmark won the Grand National in 1980?
Ben Nevis.
Correct. Jenny Pittman was the first woman to train a Grand National winner and won the race 2 times. Name her winning horses.
Corbiere and Royal Athlete.
Correct. Who was the fastest ever winner of the race?
Mr. Frisk.
Correct. How long is the famous run-in? 424 yards, 494 yards, or 512 yards?
424 A.
494. Trevor Hemmings won the National 3 times. I need all 3 winners.
Hedge Hunter. Bala Briggs. Many Clouds.
Correct. Who was the last British champion jumps jockey to win the race?
Sir Anthony McCoy.
Is the correct answer, Michael. You scored 8. You passed on 1. You won. Encore on Per was second. I think it was Jenny Pittman. Black and white colours.
No, it was in red and white. It was leased for the day by the Sun newspaper.
It was called Superior Finish.
Yes, it was.
Mick, your final score is 16 points. Well played. And the next runner, please. Katie, it's time for your Randox Grand National General Knowledge round. But firstly, how much did you enjoy riding in the Great Race?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. You know, as a child growing up, I've dreamed about the English National, and I mean, I never thought I would ride in it, to be honest with you. So when it came around for that to happen, it really was a dream come true. And I was lucky enough to ride in it many times. And it's so special, and it's a real fairy tale. And yeah, some of the best days of my life are the English National. And yeah, it's just a magic place.
What chance has Dad got of winning it again with any second now?
You know, sure. We all know what's involved. You need so much luck, and it really is a lottery. And it's just great to have another horse heading there, you know, that has some sort of a chance. And we've been lucky enough over the years to have different horses to go there. And yeah, it's been great excitement in the yard all year. You know, it's a small enough run operation. So to have another one, you know, heading off to Liverpool during the week, it's really exciting. And yeah, we're all really looking forward to it. We know what's involved, but we're really lucky that it's all happening. And we just can't wait for Saturday to come around.
Well said. I bet you can't wait to answer your Randox Grand National General Knowledge set of questions. You did very well in the first round. Let's see if you can back it up. Katie, are you ready? Because your race starts now. The highest finishing female rider was on Seabass, who was third in 2012. Who rode?
Katie Walsh.
Is correct. Which escaping butterfly won the national for a father and son combination in 2000?
Escaping butterfly. Papia.
Is correct.
Dad. Yeah.
Red Rum was trained in Southport by Ginger McCain. Was he stabled behind a fish and chip shop, on the beach, or behind a garage?
Behind a garage?
Is correct. In what year was the race headline sponsor Randox first established? 1982, 1992, or 2002?
2002.
1982. Jockey Club ambassador. Which Take That song won the race in 2016?
Which Take That song?
RS Train.
Rule the World.
Is correct. What year was the race void due to a mess up at the start? 83, 93, or 2003?
93.
Correct. Which fence took its name from the captain that fell there in the first official Grand National in 1839? He took shelter in the ditch.
Foynehaven.
Beecher's Brook. Ginger McCain is the trainer that won 3 times with Red Rum, but which horse did he also win with in 2004? Second one.
Amberley House.
Is correct. What other major sporting event has been held at Aintree? The British Grand Prix, England Test Match, or FA Cup Final?
British Grand Prix.
Is correct. What item of footwear won the 2006 race on number 6 Valverde? We're crossing the Melling Road, so you may answer. Slippers is correct. Very good
Boom!
indeed. Again, you had no need for passes.
I'm not going to lie, I'm going to need a shower. after
Katie
this.
Walsh, you scored 8 on the general knowledge, giving you a total of 16 points.
Super. This is a proud moment for Ireland, a proud moment for my family.
And the next runner, please. Bob Champion, welcome back for your general knowledge round. Before we do that, 40 years on. I imagine you're doing an awful lot of looking back this week, aren't you? At Aldenete and yourself winning the Grand National.
Oh, good God, yeah. It doesn't seem 40 years ago to me, to be honest. Seems about 10, but I can still remember it. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I was very, very confident of winning. Silly thing to say, but Josh made me have a couple of glasses of champagne at breakfast to celebrate.
I'm glad they didn't test quite as strictly as they do these days. It was the first race.
They'd have no chances, would they?
As you know, Bob, it's the race, I always say, that got me into racing. It's your fault, my parents would say, I think, for the career path I've chosen. But I backed Spartan Missile that day. And John Thorne, who looked like, I can't remember what Peter O'Sullivan said, but it looked like he was putting in a spirited finish but couldn't get there. It was some ride there, wasn't it, from a 54-year-old?
Oh, unbelievable. Fantastic gentleman as well. If I couldn't have won, I'd have been delighted he'd won. But he did win over the Fox Hunter with no stirrup irons, and nothing's been really made of that. It was a fantastic ride that year.
Yeah, very good point. Well, we're looking forward to looking back with Bruff Scott in Saturday's show on that day 40 years ago, Bob. But more immediately, you have got to answer the Randox Grand National general knowledge questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excellent. You did very well in the first round, and your race starts now. In 1991, what horse won the race and shared the name with the sponsor?
Oh, Seagram, David Barron's horse.
Correct. His sire was Coram and his dam was Murred, who cost 400 guineas and was ridden by Lester Piggott, twice a 3-year-old, before going on to Aintree greatness. Who is he?
Oh, Red Rum.
Correct. Which fence positioned in front of the grandstand is the tallest on the course?
The Chair.
Correct. Which jockey on Esher Ness won the Void race in 1993?
John White. I'm sure they went round knowing it was Void. For the
It's
crack.
correct. Which member of a celebrated jumps racing family won the race in 1959 aboard Oxo, and his grandson's on the favourite on Saturday?
Michael Scudamore.
Correct. Which horse ridden by Richard Dunwoody provided Martin Pipe with his only success in the race?
Oh, Freddie Starr's horse, Minnie Homer.
Is correct. Which of these horses was not a winner of the Grand National? Bindery, Monty's Pass, Spartan Missile, or Comply or Die?
I should know that, Spartan Missile.
We've just talked about it. Correct. Jenny Pittman was the first woman to train a Grand National winner and won the race twice. Name them both.
Corbier, Royal Athlete.
Is correct. Ginger McCain trained a Liverpool footballer's horse, Wayward Scott, to run in the 1979 Grand National. The footballer was unable to attend. Bob, we're crossing the Melling Road, so we will jump the last and you can answer this. The footballer was unable to watch as he was playing in the FA Cup semi-final versus Man United. Who was the footballer?
Crazy Horse, Emily Hughes.
Is correct. Once again, absolutely faultless. Bob Champion, you scored 9 again, giving you a very impressive total of 18. Well played.
Thank you.
And the next runner, please. Kath, you mentioned earlier the difficulties fundraising over the last 12 months. How has everything that's happened affected the children?
It's been a really difficult year for everybody, for the children, for the families that come in, for the staff at the hospital, and obviously for the charity fundraising. The children in particular, because nobody likes to be in hospital at any point. But it's just been so difficult in the last 12 months. And we, as a charity, we've recently run an appeal, it's called a 7 in 10 appeal, to raise money for a mental health facility on site at Alderhay. And the past 12 months has really just driven home how important children's mental health is, as well as physical health. And that's something that we've been focusing on for the past 12, 18 months, and we'll continue to focus on until we've built that facility on site on the campus at Alderhay, because it is just so important for the children, not just for the physical health, but for the mental health as well.
Absolutely. Gosh. And one thing I do know is they are so resilient, so brave. Yeah. And I also know they're probably going to be cheering you on, Kath, as we do the Randox Grand National General Knowledge round. You've done very well in the first round. Let's see how you get on here. Your race starts now. What horse became the first since Red Rum to win back-to-back Grand Nationals in 2018 and 2019?
Tiger Roll.
You had to get that correct. Why was the race rescheduled for Saturday, the 5th of April, 1997, run 2 days later on the Monday?
There was a bomb scare.
It's correct. Who was the first woman to train the Grand National winner? Jenny
Pittman.
Is correct. Which past grey winner of the race in 2012 visited Alderhay Children's Hospital in 2018?
Neptune Clonge.
Hey, correct. Devon Lock, the Queen Mother's horse, did the splits on the run-in, one of the greatest hard luck stories ever in the race in 1956. What jockey, who went on to be a hugely successful racing crime writer, was riding him?
Dick Francis.
Correct. How many tests are included in the Randox Health Every Man and Every Woman health checks? 10, 50 or 150?
150.
Very good, correct. In 1981, Bob Champion won the race in an unbelievable comeback from cancer. Can you name the horse?
Aldeniti.
Is correct. Who won the virtual Grand National in 2020?
Oh, I watched it as well. I can't remember because I never backed the winner. So pass. Yep.
What price was Mon Mome, the winner in 2009? Was he 25 to 1, 50 to 1 or 100 to 1?
100 to 1.
Correct. Name the odd one out. Red Rum, Red Splash or Red Alligator?
Red Rum.
No. We're crossing the Melling Road, so we're going to jump the last, Kath. Okay. In 1994, Richard Dunwoody rode Minnehoma to victory. The horse was owned by a comedian. Who was he?
I can picture him. Freddie Starr.
Is correct. Well done.
Hey!
Kath, you passed on one. You'll kick yourself. The winner of the virtual Grand Nationals, one of you was trained by one of your opponents tonight in 2020. It was Potter's Corner.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
But you've done extremely well. On the Randox Grand National General Knowledge round, you've scored 9 points, giving you a total of 19.
Hey, thank you.
Kath, so many congratulations on a famous victory. And you beat Mick Fitzgerald. You can give him a bit of stick next year.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see him next year to rub it in a little bit. But in all seriousness, Mick and AP and all the jockeys that come in, Mick's one of our really great supporters. He comes in every year. He's been very supportive to all the children. He puts a smile on all the faces, and we couldn't be more grateful because it really is a fantastic time when Mick and the team come in. So sorry that you this time, Mick. We'll do a rerun next year at Alderhay when you visit. Hopefully you'll get your own back. But thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you next year.
So that was Masterminded does Aintree. Many congratulations to Kath. You are the winner with a brilliant 19 points. And thank you to all 4 of you for taking part. And it's over to Randox for the presentation. So thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to all 4 of you for taking part. Bye-bye.